17-year period of time, probably a bit more. But he led his armies, he did incredible things, he performed feats of manoeuvres with his enemies and destroyed enemy after enemy after enemy. The empire of Egypt was quite large at that point of time. Moses III was, you'll read in history, he was one of the greatest pharaohs that ever existed. He'd never known defeat ever in his life until he came up against the true God, the Father and the Son. Now, they'd seen Pharaoh's troops destroyed in the Red Sea. They'd seen all these incredible miracles. They go 3 days out from the days of unleavened bread. You know, there's the 7th day they crossed the Red Sea. 3 days after the days of unleavened bread, they go to Mara. The waters are bitter, and what do? Do they look to God, or what do? They start murmuring and complaining and whinging and moaning and groaning, don't they? They forget God. So here's this 7 days of unleavening, putting sin out of their life in that sense, but they forget the lesson they should have been learning through that time. Why did God do this? Why did he lead them? Because he was in the cloud by the day and the pillar of fire by night. Why did he lead them out into the desert to a place where there was bitter water? Why would God do that? You ever thought about that? Exactly. He did that to allow a test of faith. And there was to be a reward if they learnt the lesson. Do you know what the reward was? We read about in the scriptures, there was to be none of the diseases of Egypt would come upon them. If they had learnt that lesson at Mara, they would not have diseases. There was going to be a wonderful blessing if they'd learnt to look to God